Right. So the bike's loaded up, the side panniers are on, the top bag is on, it's all secured with the rock straps. It's not going anywhere. Feeling a bit nervous. I've not ridden a bike ever loaded, so this is going to be quite the experience. So I'm going to pull up to the top of the driveway, hit the button for the garage door, and then go. Let's see how we get on. The tricky thing as well, I've noticed, is trying to get on the bike when you've got loads of stuff. So I've got waterproof trousers on just in case, because it does look like I'm camping in a thunderstorm. I mean, do I try and swing my leg right up and over the top? Lift it up and over. That sort of worked. So I arrived safely, which is cool. Didn't fall off the motorbike with it fully loaded, so I thought what would make a quite cool video is to show you guys how I've loaded up the bike and what I have brought along with me. So I've got a great big dry bag. Top rolls down, keeps everything nice and dry, and that sits on top. I've got some of these are just like a non-slip dashboard protector. I just sat that over the paintwork and again underneath the panniers as well, so that as I was riding along I didn't scratch. Just got straightforward Oxford soft panniers. They are extendable, you can make them bigger. I didn't need to, I had plenty of stuff with me. And I'll just show you what I've got in the panniers. So foldable water bottle, keep that inside so it's easy to access. In here I've got my lock, I've got my tarpaulin, so again things that are straight and easy to hand, so if it was raining when I arrived I could just put the tarpaulin down and lay everything down on top. Washing up gear, just because it was easy to hand. There's my chair. On this side I've got the covers for the Oxford bags, like a dry covering which can go over the top of those, and some extra straps. In here I've got the waterproof, so I've got waterproof trousers, waterproof top, and that is a dry bag containing my clothes for the next few days. So that's all of that. We'll take a big look inside this bag. So torch, quite important, some cold food and some cold beers. I really like these dry bags, it's just a great way of keeping everything together, and they're colour coded so you can see exactly what's what. So food and snacks and bits. Cool. There's the tent, so we'll show that set up in a minute. That's my activities pack, book, chargers, that type of thing. What else have we got going on? Cooking bag, foldable table, there's a kettle, sleeping bag and pillow, inflatable mattress, a microfiber towel. I mean, that towel is absolutely huge. It's big enough for me to get undressed at the beach and changed. That's an amazing piece of kit. Got some toiletries, all the normal blah, spare pair of shoes, because being in my boots all the time isn't much fun. I've got a spare dry bag in case I do go swimming. I've got a foldable rucksack so I can go out for the day. Brought along some paracord, can be quite handy if you need to tie something up or washing. I'll put this up in a bit. This is my Kerno flag, important piece of kit for that one. Foldable water carrier, it's a 5 litre one, so I don't have to keep going to and fro. This are fresh water sources, camping gas, some bread rolls for eating. What else we got in here? Local paper and MCN news, a spare carry bag and some breakfast pots. Now, I could have decanted that into a sandwich bag if I wanted to, just to save a bit of space, and an empty water bottle as well. So I went for a 3-man tent, mostly because I wanted there to be plenty of storage space in there for all the gear, which there was absolutely loads. So put a little tarpaulin just outside here. So sleeping bag, I've got an inflatable pillow, and then this is that self-inflating mat. You can add a couple of extra breaths just to pump it up a little bit more, but that'll be nice and comfortable. So that's my sleeping gear. Light is hung up and ready to use. I've just got to add water pasta. Let's have a look. So inside here, I remember the ready meals that come as sort of packets, so less bulky than tins, but I don't suppose it'd really matter. So I went for some rice, some tikka masala, that looks nice. This looks quite cool, so I'm going to have baked beans, but I was going to do some bacon and eggs and have a proper kind of cooked breakfast thing going on. That was my plan. Chickpea curry, so I was going to split the rice between a couple of meals. Some oil for cooking, just in a spray bottle, so it's nice and easy. And you can't go wrong with a bit of beef jerky. The other bits of bought is the cold bag. So bacon, can't have bacon without tomato sauce, it's actually the rules. Some butter, eggs which didn't break, so that's a win, and some chocolate and nuts and snack, some ginger beer and some Carlsberg beer. So I think I'm pretty well set food wise. So this is my cooking bag. Oh, I love this stove. I'll set this up and you can see what that looks like. This is a foldable aluminium windshield for your cooking stove, which looks pretty cool. And then inside here, got a couple of sets of cutlery. This one's quite useful because it comes with like a tin opener and bottle opener and stuff in the back side, which is cool. Can I get this out one-handed? So I've got a bog standard camping frying pan, the handle's just come out. And then I went for titanium for a camping set. A little bit more expensive, but there's just absolutely no weight to it. So inside here, I went for the 900ml pot as a cup. Inside here, got another little hot chocolate, which I tend to take with me when I head down to the beach. And most importantly, some coffee. That'll kickstart me in the morning. So that's the same. You can just put that straight onto the camping stove if you want to, or just heat the water up through the kettle like I do. But literally, there's just absolutely no weight to it. I think this is the 420ml one, although I'm pretty certain it doesn't hold 420ml, but plenty enough for a decent cup of coffee. So take the lid off this, and we've got ourselves a little camping stove. Once it's all unfolded, that stands up on the ground. That then leads off and connects to the canister, just twist to seal it, and then you can control the flame just by dialing back this. So this unfolds, works its way round. I've used this a lot when I've done the cooking on the beach. I've just buried the bottom part into the sand. It just provides a really good windbreak, so that when you're cooking then of course you're not using quite so much gas and it all heats up a bit quicker. So I'm cooking up some eggs for breakfast. This is the 900ml titanium pot. This has a little catch on it so it can stick up, which means I can take hold of that despite the fact that the water is boiling. And I don't actually need to have other tools to be able to do it. Next bag, just a nice little one. This is just the washing up gear. So, washing up liquid. I've got a little microfiber towel in there as a dishcloth. I've got a scrubbing sponge. The other two things that I've brought along, which I absolutely love, is this table and chair. So very useful, and it packs down to very little and so completely lightweight. So first of all, table. Very, very easy. It's aluminium, it weighs absolutely nothing. We've just got some clips on the bottom, so all you do is just release it out of its clip. I'm making it look more difficult than it is because I'm trying to do it one-handed. That's it. And the top comes off, and then this just literally folds like a concertina. and then it's got elastic straps that you put around, and then that goes in the bag. And this part of the table is super easy as well, so just pull that to one side, pull that to one side. Even one-handed, I can put it away, and then that goes in the bag. This chair, the way this works is all of these are on springy elastics, so as you go to put it together and it folds down into that small bag that you saw fit into that side pannier just here, folds down really small, really comfortable. It's got a nice high back as well, so I can sit back and enjoy that view. Okay, good morning. I'm grinning because the view that I'm looking at is pretty cool. So how was my first night? Actually pretty awful. One thing I hadn't really taken much factor for was the amount of noise that you get on campsites. So people leaving their cars running till 10:30 at night, kids screaming, dogs barking. There's a lot of noise, and the tent just doesn't provide any kind of soundproofing. So definitely think some earphones would definitely be a big win. Air mattress was good. It wasn't massively comfortable lying on my side, lying on my front or back. It was a little bit easier. But actually, overall, I was warm, I was dry, safe. So, you know, these are all good things. This morning, let's have a look. So this morning, you see we got the coffee going. Look at that for a view. And I'm sat next to my bike, so what's there not to love? Told you that paracord would come in handy, so I've just tied one end to a tree and the other end to the rear foot peg, and now everything that's wet hopefully will not be for long. Okay, so it's my last night here camping, and I've got to say it has been pretty epic. I've used pretty much all the kit, which is pretty awesome. I've got a spare t-shirt, a couple of pairs of pants, a couple of socks left over, so I think I packed about right clothing wise, and all the other kit I've pretty much used as well, so I'm pretty chuffed about that. I certainly didn't overpack, which is really cool. So now all that's left to do is to sit back and enjoy the sunset. Right, so all packed up, so I've secured the bag using the rock straps, and these are amazing. We've got an elasticated part here which has a bit of give. Put it on, and what I've done is I've tied one end to the foot peg and then come round through the panniers, and then I've got a little grab handle under here which I've attached it to that way. I've put it through the inside of the handles so it's nice and secure, made sure it's nice and level, it's equally balanced, and pulled this nice and tight. Last thing that I need to do is just make sure I've got no flappy bits, so I'm just going to wrap these round so that these are all hidden away.